welcome to this week's edition to Windsor Weekly News. I'm Katie G.
And I'm Corbin Jacobs. Thanks for joining us. Hey Katie, what did Mario tell Princess Peach when he broke up with her?
What did he tell her?
It's not you. It's me, a Mario.
Thanks for that. We start today with a look at Miss Rummel's engineering class as they took a rather unique challenge to protect an egg with a piece of paper.
That's right, Katie. Miss Rummel's Principles of Engineering class built paper cars with the objective of protecting an egg that sits inside the car.
The fragile passenger had to survive the ride in order to be successful. This exercise gave students a chance to be creative and learn some simple laws of physics as well. Miss Rummel plans for the assignment was for students to design things better and learn the engineering process.
They designed cars, paper cars, to protect, that one didn't protect its egg, to protect a passenger. And so we're using eggs as passengers. The first round we got to use 2 pieces of paper. This second round they got to use 3 pieces of paper to protect their passenger. How to design things better and how to observe other people's ideas and see what works and doesn't work, and go back to the drawing board and redesign and get the process of engineering design, which is making lots of mistakes and redesigning and getting things to work.
A reminder for students planning to take an AP exam this spring: AP exam registration must be completed by Wednesday, November 13th at 11:59 to avoid late fees. Exams are $94 each. Late registration opens November 14th and closes March 6th. However, there is a $40 late fee per exam if registration occurs during the late registration period. If you have any further questions, head to the counseling office for more information.
And now, congratulations to our very own Ms. Pennington. She was awarded for the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. The program, administered by the National Science Foundation on behalf of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, recognizes outstanding teachers for their contributions to the teaching and learning of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and/or computer science. Ms. Pennington recently traveled to Washington, D.C. for an award ceremony where she received a citation signed by the main man, the Orange Man himself, President Donald Trump, and an award from the National Science Foundation.
We talked to Ms. Pennington and Ms. Scallon about their prestigious award and what it means to Ms. Pennington and Windsor High School to have a nationally recognized teacher teaching in our classrooms.
It feels great. It's the highest award that a science teacher can win. I got to go to Washington, D.C. and be with other amazing science teachers, and so as I am towards the end of my career, that was just an awesome thing to have happen. So I'm very lucky. I love teaching biology, for starters, because it's always changing. We're always learning more and more things about the body and life around us, so it's super fun because it never gets boring. There's always new stuff, and I love to do labs. I like to watch you guys do labs most of all and just grow as scientists. And so I guess my philosophy is as much modeling and hands-on activities as possible, with some content, of course, but I like watching students work and learn and become biologists.
We are very excited for Mrs. Pennington. More so, like we talked about, we're just very proud of her because she's such a great person. She has such a great heart and a great teacher, and she really does care about kids.
We all know over the past couple of years, Windsor High School got an upgrade as a building. However, many classes got upgrades as well. One of which is Mr. Voss's Video Productions 2 and Video Broadcasting class. With brand new teleprompters, here's Graham and Brandon with more.
As you all know, Windsor High School has been doing news for a bit now, and the video productions team has been working to improve each year and show. One of the new additions to increase the quality is the new teleprompters.
I really like the new teleprompters. They're pretty great. It makes it a lot easier to shoot the news shows. It's a lot easier than them having to look down at their scripts, and it also helps it flow a little bit better. They can also keep more eye contact with the camera, which will increase the quality of our news show as a whole. It's something a lot nicer than what I had when I was in video productions too. With that, the quality of the show has gone up exponentially.
Before the new teleprompters that we acquired this year, the video productions classes would have trouble looking away from the camera and reading the script. With the new teleprompters, they allow us to be able to look directly into the camera and also read the script with ease. along with not looking away from the camera, makes it much quicker and more quality job.
With our old system, you'd have a script in front of you, and then through reading that, you'd have to kind of either memorize it or you'd have to constantly be looking down, and you'd mess up, have a bunch of errors and mistakes. So it's a lot easier when it's just kind of chilling in the glass, in the camera that you're looking at anyway, so it makes it a lot quicker, for sure.
Just to wrap things up, the teleprompters have been a great addition to the school's arsenal of equipment to help make this a better, more innovative place.
And now it's time for Wizard Sports with Caleb Jenkins and Austin LeLievre.
Hello and welcome to Wizard Sports. I'm your host, Caleb Jenkins.
And I'm your sports co-host, Austin LeLievre.
Last Friday, the Wizards football won against Greeley West in a celebration of senior night. Their final and upcoming game is Friday on the 8th against Brighton High School at Brighton High School. We interviewed Chris Jones and a couple of seniors and other players about their hopes for the rest of the season, their thoughts on the season, and then a special guest that is a very big part of this team.
The 2019 football team has begun their season. Their season will stretch from early September to early November. The team has had a bit of a rocky start to their season. We talked to Coach Jones, who refers to the team as a jigsaw puzzle.
Kind of like a jigsaw puzzle.
What do you mean by that?
We've got a lot of the borders in place, and each week, due to just the physicality of the game and practice, we've had somebody get hurt, and so we have to find someone else who's not a border piece to become a border piece, and it takes them a little time to take that shape. So it's been kind of like a puzzle, putting the right guys in the right spot. And so we've dealt with a lot of things with young men that are like seniors that are hurt and done for the year, and that's pretty emotional for their friends and especially for them and their families. So dealing with a lot of that kind of loss with our team, but really proud of the way the guys have stepped up. I mean, they're really being resilient, and like that new border piece that comes in is doing everything they can to make sure they are a strong piece for the program.
One of their biggest supporters on the sidelines is senior Shane Sorrentino. Shane has Down syndrome, but that doesn't stop him from being a regular high school student. Shane comes to just about every football game and is full of school spirit. Many of the football players consider Shane a valuable part of the team. Shane being a senior this year means this is his last year to cheer on the football team as a student.
Oh, Shane's always welcome with us. He brings a smile to everybody. And, having his older brother in our program for 4 years and living through their experiences as a family, because they've had to do quite a few journeys with them and their his life. He just brings a lot of joy to our guys on the sideline and to us as a staff. If everybody could be as affable and happy with life as he is, I think a lot of us sometimes make things a little deeper and harder than they really are. And, you see that guy and it's like nothing really gets to him. So he's just, for me, it's like, if it's raining or snowing, it's some sunshine coming in to practice or to a game. So, yeah.
Many of the football players value their friendship with Shane as well as others on the field. Many of the players have strong connections with other players on the field. The team has a special dynamic that makes them a strong team. When we talked to Jay Coakley, a junior on the team this year, who said the team has started clicking and are looking towards playoffs.
Yeah, we started off pretty rough, We won our first game and then we had a couple losses in a row. But I think we finally started clicking these past few games, and we're, headed towards playoffs. That's the plan.
As the season comes to a close, seniors are preparing to leave high school football behind. November 1st was senior night. With about 20 seniors this year, it made for an emotional night. We talked to senior Gabe Toledo about what being a senior and leaving his team means to him.
Being my last year is crazy. Like, you spent 4 years doing something. It's basically like a job that you're not getting paid for. You're going to all this summer stuff. You're going to all the off season. Last year we didn't make playoffs. A week later we were inside the weight room. You're with those guys basically. I see a lot of my teammates more than I see my own parents. I think it's going to be a lot different. Not so much that I love football, but I just love the guys that I'm around and like my coaches and my teammates and stuff. I think it's going to be very hard for football to be done.
Wyatt Eckler has committed to play football at Wyoming in the next few years. Congratulations to Wyatt and all of our 2020 seniors. We look forward to the rest of the 2019 season. Go Wizards!
The volleyball team is hosting regionals this Saturday at 11 and 2. The winner will move on to state. So we talked to head coach Laverne Houston on how she feels about heading into this last match.
Our goal is to be able to control the ball, set tempo, and be able to stay aggressive to keep them out of any kind of a system and getting into any kind of a rhythm. So we definitely got our work cut out. We're going to need to be hitting on all cylinders and really be good this weekend.
I'm going into it like really positive. I think we can be able to come out on top and go to state by the way that we've been like working hard in practice, and everyone really wants it. So
that's going to be all we have this week on Wizard Sports. I'm Caleb Jenkins.
And I'm Austin LeLievre, and we will see you next week.
We finish with a reminder that the Veterans Day Assembly is the first day of next week, Monday, November 11th. Please attend to show your respect and support for our veterans. Well, Windsor, that's going to be all we got for you this week. I'm Corbin Jacobs.
And I'm Katie. We'll see you next week.